I'm very angry that this happened because it keeps happening. 9/11 happened once, and they fixed everything. How many schools, how many children have to get shot? It stops here with this administration and me. I'm not gonna sleep until it's fixed. It should have been one school shooting, and we should have fixed it. And I'm pissed because my daughter I'm not going to see again.
He put a face and an angry one on the feeling of parents who lose children senselessly in school violence. That, of course, Andrew Pollack saying that at the White House to the president, to the world. He lost his beautiful girl, Meadow Pollack, in that tragedy, one of 17 killed back then. What had been, up until the time being, one of the more recent horrific school attacks. Now we have Santa Fe. Mr. Pollack, very good to have you back. I'm sorry under these circumstances.
Yep, Neil, I can't believe it happened again. And like you heard, I haven't slept. It's been a rough day yesterday for me, and last night was pretty rough. Just feeling the hurt of, I know now there's another 10 parents that feel the way I do. So enough is enough already, Neil. You know, when's the country just going to say, listen, it's enough. We need single point entries with metal detectors, and none of this happens again in a school ever. Just like you heard me saying, after 9/11, we formed the TSA, we fixed it. There hasn't been another hijacking since that event. Why does it keep happening? It's kind of sad that it keeps happening, Neil.
When you were at the White House, and you were very pointed, very clear, and very understandable, the president indicated that there were no sacred cows. That included the NRA. That included those who were loath to bring more security onto school campuses, or for that matter, hire more guards, period, or arming teachers or counselors. All of these ideas are being bounced around again. What do you think is the most important thing to do?
Well, it's a process. It can't just be one step. You know, there's layers of security. So you have to start with the security of being entry points. You got to have limited entry points. You need metal detectors, and you need armed guards. It's really three layers of security to protect our kids.
Well, the big thing that you helped orchestrate with Florida Governor Rick Scott is this idea of having at least one law official, like a sheriff, deputy sheriff, who is there for every 1,000 students. That would have meant, at least 3 armed guards who would have been at your daughter's high school at the time of that shooting. But again, we know of the armed guard who was there, the deputy sheriff who was there, since you've gone on to sue, that's no guarantee he or she will do the job, right?
No, another part of that bill, besides having one SRO per 1,000, is training for armed guards in a school, armed personnel. There was $67 million in that bill to train professionals. So right now there's counties in Florida, Polk County naming one of them. The school board voted 7-0 in favor of training personnel, not teachers. The top of the list is going to be veterans, retired law enforcement, and I'm excited about it. I've been working with Polk County. The first cadets will be going through the class in June, and they're going to be learning specific scenarios for a school situation for active shooting. So Polk County's doing it, and I think that's going to be the case across the country. We're going to have to train professionals, and what's better than to have veterans in our schools, give them a purpose, protect our teachers and our students. So I'm very involved in a project like that we're doing right now.
Less than a minute to go here, but I know you have gone on to sue again the deputy sheriff who stayed outside a high school as your daughter and others were getting shot. Where does that stand now?
We're still doing it. I don't know if you saw in the news, he just got his pension of $8,700. That's crazy, but when you look at the teachers, $8,700 a month. You look at teachers that are way underpaid. And here's this guy, teachers who take care of our kids in the classrooms. They're back at school. They have no workman's comp, no disability. And here's this guy who didn't do his job making double for not even working. So it's kind of ironic, you know, how the teachers get treated.
Andrew, you've been through so much. You've been through so much. I'm very grateful you took the time to talk to us today.
Yeah, well,
you do your daughter
sure,
proud.
Neil, and